Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to another episode of The Witching Hour.
I've got an evil inside my head. You tell me that you don't understand. We got a twist of the beast coming up from the hell. Every month is swinging in the underworld hell. 426, 426, 426 is the twist of the beast. 426 is the twist of the beast.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Happy October 1st. I hope you're as excited about it as I am. It's the start of the Halloween season. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for all of September, and it's finally here. I'm super happy. I have a lot of stuff to share with you in this video, and we're gonna get started with a movie review. And I decided to do something a little bit different for this one. It's not gonna be just a regular straight up horror movie. Something a little bit different. It's Linnea Quigley's horror workout. And I came across this movie actually a little while ago when I went to go meet Linnea Quigley in person. I just kind of went back over a lot of the movies that she did. I had already seen a couple of them. Return of the Living Dead definitely being my favorite. But we just kind of went back to see if there was any that I hadn't seen yet and that I had missed. And this was one of them. And it's amazing. The title kind of explains it a little bit. It's a horror workout. It is a workout video. It actually is. She actually comes in and does exercises. Okay. It starts off in her house. I'm assuming it's her house. I don't know. The premise of the movie says it's in her house. And she's teaching you how to stay in shape the way she does. And it's a lot of stretches, exercises. There's a lot of clips, especially in the beginning, from some of her previous movies, like Return of the Living Dead, Creepzoids, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. It's just like little clips and snippets of those movies. And yeah, it's just, I think it's supposed to be more of a spoof of a workout video than an actual workout video itself. But if you want to follow along and do what she does, I'm sure you're gonna get a workout out of it. It's pretty entertaining. It has a really funny warning disclaimer thing at the beginning of it that I loved. It made it seem more like an actual workout video. A fun fact too, Linnea Quigley was also the associate producer for this movie, so she actually helped put it together and stuff, which is pretty cool. You can tell she had fun with this video. There's lots of boobs, especially Linnea's boobs in this one. We start off the movie in her shower while she is taking a shower, so you get all her boobs and her butt, which she has a nice butt and nice boobs, by the way, so it's not a struggle to watch. But yeah, we start off there, then we go to her living room and she does exercises, and then she goes out for a run and comes across zombies, and she does exercises with zombies, and then she has a slumber party, and her friends are over and they're all in their pajamas. None of them are fully naked, but come on. It's like this movie came out in 1990, so you can tell by the things that they wear, it's very, very much extra 90s fun. It's entertaining. There's some kills in it, and I'm gonna try not to give away too much of it, spoil it too much, because the actual storyline pieces to it, I wish there was more. Like, that's the only downside. The only thing that I didn't like about this movie was some of her workout segments. They seemed like they dragged on a little bit long, and I wanted more of her acting segments in it. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a workout video, but I wanted more Linnea Quigley in it, because she's hilarious in this movie. She is. I love pretty much every movie that she is in, but this one she's good. Yeah, there's like a cool little surprise ending. Like, once the ending segment starts, you're like, oh yeah, I know how this is gonna go. And it's got a cool little twist to the end of it there. It's not a very long movie. I believe it was only like 15 minutes long, if that. It's actually, you can actually find this on VHS. So those of you that collect VHSs, it's a little bit hard to find, but you can find it. There's a limited supply of it on DVD. You can find it. It's not the easiest thing to find, but you can find it on DVD. I actually saw it on YouTube. It's on YouTube as well. I don't think I can attach the link to it. I'll try. If I can, I will. If not, then just try to find it wherever you can, because it's a fun movie. It's not a movie that you would want to sit down and watch like all the time, but it's a fun movie to see every now and then. Like, maybe have some friends over, watch this funny movie, and it's very enjoyable. I don't want to, because there's not too much of a storyline of it, I want to convey to you guys how much fun this movie was to watch without giving away too much of it. IMDb gave it a 5.6 out of 10, so kind of in the middle there, which was what I expected. I actually expected it to get a little bit less, just because I know there's not very many people that have heard of this movie or know about it. I'm rating it a 4 out of 5 just because it was fun to watch. I don't know if it was just me because I love Linnea Quigley so much, but it was a really fun little movie to watch. So definitely go find it and check it out if you can. Alright, and now it's time for the horror news segment of our video. First, I just want to talk a little bit about my Halloween Horror Nights trip. I'm sure if y'all follow me on Instagram, you've seen all the pictures, and I think I posted little videos up there too. This past weekend, some of the members of my family and I went to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, and it was the first time I've been. It's the first time I've done a big haunted attraction like that, so I didn't really know what to expect. They had gone last year. They really enjoyed it and definitely wanted to go again, so of course I'm always down for going to go see Halloween stuff, haunted houses. I love all of it. So yeah, we went Friday and Saturday. We left on a Friday, went up there, did stuff Friday night and Saturday night, came back on a Sunday, and it was, oh my god, it was so much fun, you guys. If you can get the chance to go, whether it be to the Orlando one, or I know there's one in California, if you get the chance to go, definitely do it. It was so incredible, so much fun. The only of the problems that we had was with ticketing, and they had problems with stuff like this last year too. We had bought our tickets online ahead of time. We get there, we get to the line, we're fixing to go in, we're super excited, and they tell us our tickets aren't good for that day. And we were like, what do you mean? We bought our tickets for these days. They're like, no, oh no, it's only good for Sunday through Thursday. If you want Friday and Saturday, you have to pay an extra $33 per person to get in. Well, we get out there, and they wanted to do everything separate. Like, they charged us just to get in that Friday night. And they're like, oh, you can come back tomorrow and come back up here to guest services, and we'll fix all this for you. You just pay the extra $16 to get in on Saturday. We're like, okay, cool. We got tonight taken care of. We can go ahead and go in. It was already a little bit late by the time we got in there anyway, because lines for everything were so long. And we get in, do our stuff, have a blast, come back super excited to start the day. We got there early this time. And we go up there to get the Saturday ticket stuff taken care of, and they tell us it's going to be an extra $80 per person to get in. We were like, no. This is not going to work. We were told last night it was a different price. So, I mean, the first night I could have understood, maybe we overlooked things on the dates. I wish they had been a little bit more clear, but the second time, the whole, the prices of your tickets just went up a whole lot. That was insane. It was a mess. We were frustrated. They need to get that part straightened up. So if you go, pay very good attention to the tickets and what days you're getting, because you do not want to be in the same mess we were. Just be very cautious on that. Try to make sure that you've got everything super, super taken care of before you go. Because, yeah, it was a mess. It kind of, I don't want to say it ruined it for me, but my excitement, like once we got in there, my excitement had died quite a lot just because of all of that mess. But other than that, it was amazing. They have scare zones, is what they call them, to where when you're walking around the park, you go through these areas where they have a themed spot where the actors are out running around in between people. For example, the first one we went through was called Twisted Traditions, and it was all pumpkins and like it looked like an old Halloween town, and it was so beautiful. And you just walk through this, you walk through all these trees. They have lit up pumpkins everywhere. They have actual pumpkins too. They have actual like kind of rotten, squished pumpkins just everywhere. The actors that are walking around have like pumpkin heads, and they're full like robes, and it was so beautiful. And they'll walk around and they'll try to scare you and stuff, but you're not actually going through a haunt. It's outside just walking around. The themes that they had this year was, of course, the Twisted Traditions. There was Chucky. Sorry. Okay, it went away. Oh, someone was trying to call me while I'm videoing. Just stop. It wasn't anybody important either. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Chucky. There was a Simpsons carnival land where they had people dressed up walking around with chainsaws. What was the other one? Oh, it was Vamp 85, which was like New Year's Eve coming into 1985. There's vampires running around everywhere. That was one of my favorites too. That was so much fun. The vampires, everybody throughout the entire event, everybody's costuming, makeup, it looks so good. It's so amazing. The actors are really good. They look like they're having fun. You can tell that they're having fun. They're enjoying what they're doing. They're scaring the hell out of people. And it's so good. But after that, there was one more. What was it? Oh, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They had a Killer Clowns scare zone, and I wish it was bigger. I feel like that one was like one of the smallest scare zones that they had. It was very short. But they had the clowns walking around, and they looked just like in the movie, and they were so tall. They had cotton candy cocoons. I actually got to go up and touch one, so now I know what the cotton candy cocoon feels like. I'm pretty happy. But it was so much fun. They had a few shows. I think no, it was just one show. There was one show called Cyberpunk. We didn't go to that one just because we were a little bit more pressed for time than we thought we were gonna be, so we were trying to cram in all the haunts. We did go to the Men in Black alien attack thing ride, whatever it was. That was fun. Went to the Harry Potter world for a little bit, and oh my god, you guys, we're definitely going to be going back just to do full Harry Potter because it was gorgeous. You feel like you're actually in the movie. They had a ride there. It was like a little roller coaster 3D ride. Oh, it was so much fun. And if you do go and you get the chance, if you like pumpkin or pumpkin spice anything, get the pumpkin juice. It was so good. I loved it. Like, I was kind of nervous about it because pumpkin juice, it sounds weird. It sounds like it'd be gross. But it was so good. It was like drinking the world's best pumpkin pie. And I'm so sad that I already finished it because I want more. But we did that. The haunts, they had a few of them that were like from movies that everybody knows. For example, they did Halloween 4, which was one of my favorites because Michael Myers was in there so much, and it was beautiful. Everything was done beautifully. It was just so much fun. They did Poltergeist, which was another one of my favorites, which I have to talk about this one for a minute because I watch horror movies and am around horror so much that in a way I'm kind of desensitized a bit to where it doesn't scare me. I'm entertained by it. I'll react to jump scares in a haunt, but I'm never disturbed going through a haunt, if that makes any sense. The Poltergeist haunt was amazing. We went through there. When you first go in, you go like into the house from, let's see, I'm trying to describe this. You go into the building, and inside the building, you look like you're going into the house, and you smell dirt. Like, this is another thing that they do somewhat consistently throughout the haunts. You will smell things that go with the theme of the haunt, and it just makes it so much more realistic. But you go into the house, you smell dirt, everything in there, it's like you're going through the movie. And there's strobe lights. I think one of the main things that got me was the strobe lights and all of the illusion sensory fucking things. Like, it messes with your senses so much. Like, you will think that something is there. They'll have mannequins or actors or whatnot behind like veils of fabric, and you can't tell like how close it is to you, if it's real, if it's a mannequin, if it's gonna come at you, if it's not. It's just so much of the illusions of what you're seeing, and it messed with me a little bit. Like, after we got out, I was like, I loved that, but I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back in there. It was I don't know how to describe it. It definitely was disturbing, and it messed with me, and it takes a lot to be able to do that. So I was very happy with that one in particular. It wasn't one of the ones that I thought was going to be really incredible. So definitely go check out the Poltergeist haunt if you go. Trick or Treat was another one that was really fun. You would smell pumpkin spice like consistently throughout the haunt. There was Stranger Things, which we didn't end up getting to go to, but I heard mixed things about it, saying it wasn't that great anyway. So the lines for that one were like 2 hours almost throughout the night. It was terrible. We're like, we want to try to get in as many of these as possible, and sitting in line for 2 hours, that's like 3 haunts that we could be going through. So but there was a lot of ones that they came up with themselves, like their own concept. Another one of my favorites was Slaughter Cinema, which was horror movies, like B horror movies that come to life. And they played this up so well. It was like their knockoff version of some more popular horror movie concepts. There was like a barber butcher, there was possessed children, there was, oh, what was it? There was so much that went through. There were just so many different movies that you would go through. And one of the fun things that they did was, outside of the haunt, they set up a large screen that you could watch clips of their horror movies that were going to be through the haunt. And these are just, you could tell it was people that worked there, that they brought in their families or whatnot, and they put together these little movie clips. And there was like some old cars sitting out front, so it looked like a drive-in. And while you're standing in line, you're watching these clips. And so then when you get into the haunt, it's like you know the movie. You know the movie that it's coming from. And oh, it was so good. When you walk in, it smells like popcorn and candy, and you feel like you're in a movie theater and you're just going through these movies. It was amazing. There was a carnival junkyard one that was a lot of fun. There was 2 different zombie ones, a plant zombie and regular zombie. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go to either of those. I was really wanting to go to the plant zombie one. That sounded like a fun little take on zombies. But oh, it was amazing. Everything was done so well, even though we had to wait in lines a lot. There was, in some places, they had little videos playing around where everybody was waiting, of like behind the scenes of last year's haunts. So the spooky atmosphere was carried on throughout the park, and everybody that worked there inside the haunt did their best to make sure everybody was comfortable, and like there was fans blowing. Everybody was well taken care of in there. It was a fun experience. Everybody that was there was having fun. You could tell even the people that worked there were having fun, and they were enjoying everything. So if you get a chance to go, definitely do. Definitely put it on your list. Even if you can't go this year, go next year or the year after. Just find a time when you can go, because it was so worth it. I enjoyed every minute of it. I actually took some video footage. Of course, you can't videotape inside of the haunt, but you can videotape outside, walking around through everything, like the scare zones. And so I got some video footage that I'm going to kind of mush together. And if you are one of my Patreons in the $5 up tier, if you're one of my Patreons in the $5 up tier, then you will get to see the video footage, and I'm so excited. I'll be putting it together after I do this video, so once this video has been up for probably about an hour or so, you can go check out Patreon, and it should be up there. I should be able to get it up there pretty quick, but definitely go and check that out. Moving on, because I'm sure you're tired of me talking about Halloween Horror Nights right now. There is a October movie marathon that iHorror has put together, and I'm going to be participating in it and kind of letting you guys participate in it with me. What they're doing is they're doing one horror movie every night that you watch, and they list 1 week's horror movies at a time. So for example, this week we have one called WNUF Halloween Special, which is like an 80s found footage thing, like an old Halloween special. That one's playing tonight. We have Trick or Treat, not Trick or Treat, Trick or Treat, the 80s rock and roll horror. The next night, we've got The Witch, then Return of the Living Dead, Murder Party, which is one of the ones that have just come out on Netflix, Child's Play, and Phantasm round out the first week. And then the next week, they'll announce the next list. And the cool thing is, too, if you go on iHorror and you look at their list, it'll have, if there's a streaming link to it where you can go watch it where it's streaming, then they'll have that there for you to make it easy for you to find. Like, there's a few of them on here on this list that I own on DVD, but some of the other ones, like Trick or Treat, the WNUF Halloween one, I don't have those. I've never seen them, so it's nice to be able to have access put on there for you. So what I plan on doing is, of course, following along with them and watching one movie every night, and then that Monday, because it would be Mondays that it would start a new list. So that Monday, I would put my thoughts on all of the movies together into like a little review mush, and write it and put it up on my Patreon for y'all to read. And then that following week's one, because my videos come out every 2 weeks. So the first week's would be for the Patreon, and then the second week's movies are going to, my thoughts and everything on them are going to be put into the place of a regular movie review. So instead of just reviewing one movie, I'll just be kind of quickly talking about the movies from that previous week. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited. This first week's worth of movies looks really good. It's some that I already have seen that I've actually been wanting to watch again, and some that I've never seen. So I'm excited. I hope you guys can watch along with me. If not, I'll be talking about them, so you'll kind of get the gist of it anyway. We're gonna take a quick look at the box office, because it's actually been kind of surprising how horror movies are doing right now in the box office. My boyfriend and I recently went and saw the Predator movie that just came out. I really enjoyed it. I didn't have too high of hopes for it. I've seen pretty much all of the Predator movies, but they weren't ever my favorite movies. But this movie was actually really good. I enjoyed it. I would watch it again. But apparently it didn't do so good in the box office. It made 41.7 million on a 88 million budget. And so I guess because of that, they're shelving plans for the sequel. If you have already seen it, you know the ending kind of gives way to a sequel. There needs to be a sequel. I need to know what happens. And because apparently it didn't do so good, they're not doing a sequel for it, at least anytime in the near future, which is really sad. Surprisingly, The Nun did amazing. The Nun is the highest grossing movie in the Conjuring universe right now. There's more coming in the future, so you never know if that'll change. But as of right now, it's made the most money out of all of them. It's made $330 million on a budget of $22 million. So I don't know. And the weird thing is, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I will see it, and I probably won't go see it in theaters, just because I'm not the biggest fan of the Conjuring movies. They're good movies in a way. They're just not not my favorite horror movies. But I've just heard so many mixed things about it not being all that great and not even that scary, but maybe because it was hyped so much, everybody went to go see it. But Hellfest, I haven't gotten to see that one yet because it just came out this weekend, and of course we were at Halloween Horror Nights. Probably gonna see it this coming weekend, but it didn't do so good either. It did $5 million on a $5.5 million budget, so it hasn't. Why? It looks amazing. It looks like such a good movie. I'm super excited to see it. I really wanted to be able to see it before we went to Halloween Horror Nights, but that didn't happen. But I don't know why these horror movies are. I mean, Predator isn't really horror as much. It is a little, in a way, kind of a monster flick. I don't know. More sci-fi than horror, but I don't know. It just makes you think. Anytime a horror movie comes out in the theaters, if you can go see it, please go see it. I know there's so many options for you now to be able to stream it online and watch it before it actually comes out on DVD, and you can see it at home instead of going to the theaters. But the thing is, when people do that, they're not going to the theaters, and the movie company isn't making money, and like Hellfest was supposed to be the beginning of a series of movies, and now that's probably not going to happen. So, you know, we need to let Hollywood know that we still want horror movies, and we want good horror movies. And, you know, the more people go and see movies in the theaters, the more they're going to actually put more money and effort into these movies because they know that people are going to come and watch them. So definitely, I mean, I understand people's money gets tight, you know, sometimes you can't make it to the theater, but if you can, please go see movies in the theater. It's a fun experience too. Like, I don't know, I look back on a lot of the old horror movies that I love, and I would give anything to have been able to go see them in the theater, just to have that experience. And, you know, years from now, you never know how popular these movies are going to be or not be, and you might look back and say, hey, I really wish I had had that opportunity to go see this movie in a theater. So, go watch movies in theaters. End of rant. But, moving on, Funko Pop, which, in case you haven't noticed, I love. I mean, you can really only see a few of them here, but I have quite a few Funko Pops. They came out with a line of cereals, which most of you probably know. It's been kind of a more popular thing. The cereal that has a theme from different Funko Pops, and then a little mini Funko Pop as the prize inside of your cereal. Like, they've already come out with Freddy and Jason, which are available at FYE stores. The Beetlejuice is available at Box Lunch Gifts, and Pennywise is at Hot Topic, and they just released the Elvira Funko Pop cereal, and I'm so excited. I have several Elvira Funko Pops right now, and I mean, you can tell I love Elvira. She's amazing. And they just released it. The cereal is black, and it turns your milk black, and it's I want it so bad. It's definitely going to be added to my collection. This is just like the beginning of their collections, so they're going to be adding them on. So definitely go check those out and find some if you love collecting horror characters, and it's kind of a nice spin on the monster cereals. And the Elvira isn't the only one that changes the milk colors. I believe it's the Freddy and Jason ones change the milk red. There's a few of them that they change the colors, and then of course everyone, whatever the character is on the box, that's the mini Funko that you're going to be getting inside of it. And they're around $10 a box, which, if you consider the fact that it's cereal plus a little Funko Pop, it's not that bad in price. I would suggest, if you can, trying to find it in stores, especially if you want to keep the box. Like me, I want to keep the box. It's going to be kept and displayed. But if the box's condition matters to you, I would try to find it in a store so you know what it's going to look like. Because I've seen some of the Pennywise cereals in Hot Topic, and the reason I haven't bought them yet is because they only had 2 boxes and they were both kind of beat up. So it's better to find them so you know what the condition of the box is going to be in, instead of it just arriving to you and it's all beat up and then you can't do anything with it. But if it doesn't matter to you, then you can order them online. But it's just a fun little thing to have, especially around the Halloween season when monster cereals are coming out. And if you're as much of a fan of monster cereals as I am, it's a nice little extra to have to try out and add to your collection. And just fun Halloween stuff. There's so much stuff coming out right now, guys, and there's just so much that I'm excited about, and October is here. Alright, and now it is time for our unboxing. I was hoping the coffin box would be in this week, but they had a little issue with the Blu-rays that were in it. So they're going to be shipping them out tomorrow. Yes, Tuesday. They're going to be shipping them out, so hopefully it'll be here. It should, fingers crossed, be here in time for the next video. So 2 weeks from now, our unboxing will be of the Horror Pack and Rue Morgue magazines coffin box, which I'm really excited about that. I've been waiting on this one for a while. But for now, I have a mystery pack from Rouge Labs, and I've talked about this company in some of my other videos. They've had products in the Glamour Ghoul boxes that I have unboxed, and it's definitely one of my favorite companies, especially for like cosmetics and stuff. They have a $35 mystery pack. There's no theme to it or anything. It's just she'll send you a bunch of random things, and I love it. I love that it's just all totally random and you have no idea what you're getting, but all of her stuff is amazing, so I already know I'm gonna love it all. With my order, I actually ordered a goddess bar of soap too from her. They're like $8 a piece, but it's one of my favorite soaps. I use it all the time just because it's one of the only soaps that I can use that doesn't make me break out. So I added that to my order, but other than that, I have no idea what's in here. So we're gonna open it up. I tried to kind of partially open it already. I can already smell something. It smells good. There we go. Alright. Let's see. It's all wrapped up in bubble wrap. Let's grab this here. Aha, yes. So excited about this, you guys. I already see one of the things in here and I know what it is. Oh, this smells yummy. Okay, so we've got the Rouge Labs Vanilla Lip Balm. And I have ordered this before too. Let's see if it'll focus. Maybe if I move my face out of the picture. There we go. I love her logo on here. And this is my favorite lip balm in the world. This is the best. and it doesn't have a really heavy vanilla flavor. It just tastes like vanilla frosting. So I'm super excited to have another one of these. My other one is probably almost out because I use it all the time. And then we've got Season of the Witch Linen Mist. Ooh, this is what I was smelling. It's got witch hazel in it. Let's see what it smells like. Oh my god. Ooh, it smells like Halloween. Okay, so here I'll show you the label. Let's see. Focus. There we go. And it's just like a small sample bottle thing, but oh, it smells. It has like a little bit of pumpkin spice scent to it, but it's not just straight up heavy pumpkin. This has witch hazel in it, so you can smell the witch hazel a little bit, which I love. I love the smell of witch hazel. And it's just like spices, and oh, it smells so good. It smells just like fall. So this is perfect timing. I'm gonna spray this like all over my room. It's gonna smell like fall in here. And then what else do we have? Ooh, a facial oil. Oh, this is perfect because my skin always gets so dry. And another thing that I like about her stuff is most of it, if not, I think pretty much all of it, doesn't have coconut oil in it because I can't use coconut oil. I'm allergic to anything with coconut. So this is perfect because it's face oil to keep your skin nice and moisturized. And there's no coconut oil in it. It just has the jojoba oil, palmarosa oil, rosehip oil, and chamomile essential oil. That's literally all that is in here. She doesn't put a bunch of weird added extra things in her stuff. Oh, that makes me so happy. And then what else do we have? Ooh, okay, so I see my soap, and then I see another soap in here. Taped up all nice and pretty. Oh, and a button! Oh, I love it. A little Rebel Rouge Labs button. I'm gonna add that on my backpack. I have one of her magnets on my refrigerator, too. So here's the goddess bar that I was talking about. And this stuff too, the ingredients are shea butter, active charcoal, tea tree oil, and glycerin. And that's it. So, I mean, I use this on my face to wash my face. It helps take my makeup off. It helps keep me from getting breakouts. It's just, oh, it's the most amazing stuff ever. And then this other bar of soap, it's called 50-Year Storm. It looks so pretty. Can't really smell it because it's in the plastic, and I'm still smelling the Season of the Witch stuff too. But let's see if it says on here. I'm not sure what the smell is, but let's see if I can maybe open it up a little bit. I'm probably gonna put this one by the sink anyway for people to wash their hands with because it's so pretty. I still can't smell. I don't know. I'm still smelling Season of the Witch, like it's still in my nose. But it's a very pretty bar. And at least it's not heavily fragranced. So see, it's got like the layers. And it's got this cool shape to it too. It's so pretty. I'm so excited. And then I think there's something else in here. Yes. Ooh, an eyeshadow and a sticker. I love stickers. She always wraps everything up so nice. So here's their little sticker. And then here's the eye dust. Oh, it's such a pretty color. I love this green. Let's see if I can. Oh no. It's got tape over it. Sorry guys, I might not be able to, oh wait, here it goes. I was about to say, I might not be able to open this up so you can see it. Because of my nails. Okay. Here you can see it a little bit. It's really pretty, like minty green. And I like it because it's not too bright. Yeah, that's just, I have a liquid highlighter from her too. You probably can't see it because the light is so bright on here. Yeah, you can't see it. I have a liquid highlighter from her that was in the Zombie Glamour Gold box, and it'll go really good with this because it's kind of like a bluish green. It's got that same hint of green in it. It's gonna look good. And I believe that is it. Here's her business card, and of course, like always, I'll link all of her information below here so you can go and check her out. And yep, that is it. That is all of it. That's really good. That's a lot of stuff for a mystery bundle. So we got, just to recap, we got the eye dust, and it's a big thing of eye dust too. Oh, I forgot. The name of it is Morrison. So if you want to go find it on her website, it's called Morrison. But yeah, so it's a nice sized eye dust, and then the soap, the lip balm, the facial oil, and the fragrance spray. And then of course my extra little bar of soap. Oh, and the button. So yeah, that was really good. I like that. That was a lot of really good stuff. I know for sure I'm going to be using all of it. Yeah, so that's it for this time, guys. Like I said, Coffin Box will be in the next video. There is extra video behind the scenes of Halloween Horror Nights on Patreon if anybody wants to go check that out, along with my other blog posts on there. So until next time, guys, stay spooky.